Tori Roloff, who is a notable cast member on Little People, Big World, and is also the wife of Zach Roloff, is now dealing with issues that might potentially have an effect on her social media career. Ever since she made her debut on television more than a decade ago, Tori has been a well-known influencer. She is particularly well known for her captivating presence on Instagram, where she has about 2 million followers. Through her posts, which frequently promoted a variety of companies, the Roloff family was able to dramatically increase their revenue in addition to the money they made from their TLC program. The recent events that have taken place inside the Roloff family have caused fans to be concerned for Tori's professional life and her overall health. Fans saw a decrease in Tori's engagement on social media, particularly around Valentine's Day, which is a time of year when influencers are at their most active. Tori used to promote things on a regular basis, but as of late, she has not uploaded any sponsored content on her Instagram account. As a result, rumors began to circulate that she may lose her endorsement deals with several brands. Fans have hypothesized different explanations for her decreased participation. Despite the fact that there is no proof to support the allegations, the health problems that her husband Zach Roloff is experiencing is one of these causes. Recent events have resulted in Zach undergoing emergency brain surgery in order to resolve issues that were associated with his shunt, which is a device that empties cerebrospinal fluid from the brain to the abdominal cavity. Tori informed her fans of the news, expressing her concern and requesting prayers and expressing her distress. Immediately following the operation, Tori expressed her gratitude to the medical staff for the great care they provided and lauded Zach as a rock star for his resiliency in the face of this horrible ordeal. She received a deluge of messages of support and well wishes from her fans and fellow TLC stars on her social media posts. Zach's soccer business has been shut down, which is another significant occurrence that has an impact on the Roloff family situation. Zach formed the United States Dwarf Football Association in Oregon in 2019. However, there are unresolved problems within the family, which coincided with the sudden dissolution of the organization this year. With the help of his father, Matt Roloff, Zach had intended to acquire the Roloff family property, which is valued at $4 million. On the other hand, the discussions were unsuccessful, which resulted in strained relations. Fans are left wondering what the future holds for Zach in terms of his professional career as a result of the unsuccessful purchase, which also delayed Zach's aspirations to develop his soccer business. Fans continue to have optimism for Tori and Zach's improvement, both in their personal lives and in their professional lives, as they work through these difficulties. The recent actions that Tori has taken on social media have given rise to speculations. Nevertheless, the fact that she has been concentrating on her family throughout Zach's rehabilitation may be the reason for her temporary withdrawal from brand partnerships. Fans are excited to find out what the Roloffs have in store for them in the future, since they have always been a source of motivation for conquering challenges with determination. In the past, Zach Roloff has served in a dual capacity for his business, serving as both the president and the registered agent. Nevertheless, the organization was confronted with considerable difficulties. The corporation was dissolved by court administration on December 23, 2021, as stated on the website of the Oregon Secretary of State. This was due to Zach's failure to file the annual report for the year 2022. Following the sale of their house in Oregon, Zach, Tori, and their 3 children, Jackson, Lila, and Josiah, relocated to a property in Battleground, Washington, that was valued at $1 million when they moved in October 2021. In spite of the fact that he has relocated, Zach has not yet registered his company with the state of Washington. In the past, Zach has been an involved participant in the United States Dwarf Football Association. During the month of December, he and his squad went to Colombia to compete in a competition. In comparison to the United States, nations in which handicapped groups are not as widely recognized as they are in the United States, these tournaments not only provide a source of entertainment, but also promote awareness of the dwarf community. Within the month of September, Zach and his friends took part in yet another competition that took place in Mexico. Afterwards, in the month of July 2022, Zach organized a football competition in Washington, and his oldest child, Jackson, was one of the participants. In the event that Zach Roloff tried to acquire a share of Roloff Farms from his father, Matt Roloff, The Roloff family was put in a difficult situation. At the conclusion of the negotiations, Matt rejected Zach's proposal, citing a lack of resources and credentials as the reasons for his decision. As a result of Zach's decision to stay away from agricultural operations, the relationships within the family have become complicated. During an episode of Little People, Big World, Zach addressed the aftermath in an open manner, calling it as bizarre and expressing his unhappiness about the rejection. He made the observation that the north side of the land, which carried tremendous personal importance for him, was the side that his parents had shared. An emergency brain surgery was performed on Zach at the beginning of 2023 in order to replace his shunt. A shunt is a device that is used to divert cerebrospinal fluid in order to ease pressure on the brain. Studies conducted by Johns Hopkins Medicine have shown that therapies of this kind help alleviate symptoms such as mild dementia, problems with bladder control, and difficulties walking. At the moment, Zach is recuperating at home, where he is enjoying quality time with his entire family. Tori came up about her troubles not so long ago, revealing on Instagram that she suffered a mental breakdown and required some time to replenish her batteries. Over the course of the weekend, she got together with her pals for a night out, during which she showed off her weight reduction by wearing black leggings and expressed her appreciation for the love she received from her admirers. In spite of the fact that the Roloffs have played a big role in Little People, Big World, the dynamics have undergone substantial changes. The family, which was formerly a program that placed an emphasis on unity, is now struggling with damaged relationships and individually challenging situations. Recently, Tori Roloff turned to Instagram to share with her fans a variety of feelings as well as updates on her life. Even though she is well known for her open tweets, there was one particular occasion that stuck out, when she admitted that she was having a difficult day. After she had finished putting her children to bed, she felt bad about the fact that she had yelled at them earlier, despite the fact that it had only brought momentary respite. Tori has expressed her thanks for her family, describing them as blessings, and reminding her fans that there is always a fresh day ahead of them. Despite the difficulties that she has been experiencing, Tori gave herself a much-needed girls' night out with her pals over the weekend. She rewarded herself to the night out. She expressed on Instagram that she was feeling cute in her costume, which consisted of a knitted pullover in beige and white, black tights, and brown knee-high cowboy boots. The finishing touch to her suit was a stylish jacket in the form of a beachwear, which demonstrated her talent for easy elegance. Tori took a photo of herself in front of a tall mirror and posted it to her Instagram stories. Her long, dark brown hair was arranged in a loose, sideways fashion. The excitement that she felt at having a night free from her typical chores was reflected in her big smile. In light of the fact that she has a history of being an influential figure on social media, several of her fans hypothesized that her dress may have been the result of a brand cooperation. Additionally, Tori disclosed that she had decided to postpone the Thanksgiving feast that her family had planned, which first created suspicions about problems within the family. It was suggested by fans that the reason for the incident might have been the continuous disagreement that exists between her husband, Zach Roloff, and his father, Matt Roloff, about Roloff Farms. Nevertheless, Tori made it clear that the reason for her absence was due to sickness. She explained that her illness prohibited her and her family from enjoying Thanksgiving together, and she shared a photo of herself carrying an instant lunchbox on her social media account explaining the situation. Fans soon came together to show their support for her and emphasize the need of making her health a top priority. Tori expressed her thanks to her mother-in-law, Amy Roloff, and her husband, Zach, in a post that she published on her social media account, despite the difficulties she was experiencing. As a result of her genuineness and the regular updates she provides on the lives of her family, Tori has become a fan favorite among Little People, Big World viewers over the course of the years. Regarding the most recent Roloff family activities, her Instagram profile continues to be the most reliable source of information. Even if things did not go according to plan for Thanksgiving, Tori's ability to remain resilient and transparent once again garnered the adoration of her followers. It is their hope that she would continue to put her health first while simultaneously sharing her experience with the ever-expanding audience she has. Recently, Matt Roloff and his partner, Karen Chandler, posted a series of photos to Instagram that highlighted the highlights of their cruise trip. Matt made the decision to take some time away from his children during the Thanksgiving holiday, which coincided with the scheduling of this retreat. This decision was made because of the constant conflict that exists within the Roloff family. The tenuous status of his relationships with his children was something that viewers couldn't help but notice, which further highlighted the fact that the Roloff extended family is not flawless in any way. It is unfortunate that no attempt has been made to try to restore the broken ties by extending an olive branch. The star of the television show Little People, Big World, Zach Roloff, recently detailed his tense relationship with his father, Matt Roloff, on an episode of the Raising Heights podcast, which he and his wife, Tori Roloff, co-host together. It was shown on May 23, 2024, the episode. According to Zach, the connection between their father and son continues to be strained, mostly due to the fact that Matt refuses to accept responsibility for his acts. Narcissistic is the word that Zach used to describe his father's conduct, and he continued by saying, "So I guess you could say it's not fantastic." In spite of the fact that production for Little People, Big World Season 25 came to an end more than a year ago, Zach and Matt frequently find that viewing the program brings back feelings that they have not yet reconciled. Despite the fact that the turmoil has decreased, the football player and reality star stated that their disagreements have not been resolved. When things are shared on social media, it is quite evident that a large number of people share your ideas. Zach shared this information. "This is disheartening because I had the impression that we were beginning to level the playing field." After the pair made the announcement that they will be leaving the program in February of 2024, this update was finally released. Fans hypothesized that the long-running dispute over the family land was the impetus for their departure from the relationship. When Zach and Tori showed interest in acquiring a section of the family property during season 22, this was the beginning of the conflict that would eventually develop between Zach and Matt Roloff. Following a year of discussions, Matt eventually made the decision to forego selling the land to Zach and instead chose to transform it into a vacation rental home. This decision was made. The disagreement had a significant impact on their relationship. According to Zach's explanation on the show, everything was completed for us both. The appropriate actions were taken. Immediately after the discussions were unsuccessful, Zach, Tori, and their 3 children moved to Battleground, which is located in the state of Washington. After the repercussions, Matt did eventually reveal on the show that he had been prevented from seeing his grandkids as a result of the situation. During the opening of season 23, he said that we went from getting to know them on a regular basis to being entirely cut off from them. The thoughts that he expressed were echoed by his partner, Karen Chandler, who described the scenario as devastating for her. It is a crucial turning point for the Roloff family as Zach and Tori have made the decision to pull back from the family farm and ultimately to leave Little People, Big World when they make this decision. The persistent conflicts that have been going on between Matt and Zach continue to put a shadow on their relationship, which was previously quite tight. Recently, Zach and Tori Roloff discussed their choice to leave the TLC show Little People, Big World. They spoke up about their decision about the show. In a podcast episode of Raising Heights, Tori disclosed that their oldest son, Jackson, has voiced unease about being constantly videotaped. Jackson is the oldest of the 3 daughters. "As parents, we have a responsibility to put our children's health and happiness first," she said, emphasizing the need of listening to what their children have to say. As someone who has spent his whole life growing up in the public glare, Zach acknowledged the difficulties that come with being a parent in the presence of continual scrutiny. Within a short period of time following the announcement, Matt Roloff gave an interview to Entertainment Tonight in which he voiced his approval of the couple's choice. Both Zach and Tori will be featured heavily in the upcoming season of Little People, Big World, despite the fact that they will be leaving the show in subsequent seasons. According to Matt Roloff, the forthcoming season will include an examination of Zach's health issues, particularly the emergency brain surgery that he underwent at the beginning of 2023. Filming for season 25 was completed in August, according to Matt, who verified this information during an interview. However, the release date is still unknown. He made the observation that Jeremy and Jacob Roloff would not be appearing in this season because they had both departed the program many years ago. On the other hand, it will investigate Zach's recent health problems that are associated with his dwarfism, including a shunt revision operation that took place in February of 2023. In February of 2023, Tori posted updates on her Instagram account on Zach's health, noting that he required shunt revision surgery. Despite the fact that she described the surgery as routine for the physicians, she conceded that it was everything from routine for their family. Following the operation, Zach gave his supporters the assurance that he was doing well in his recovery at home. Following the onset of my acute illness, Zach revealed that he underwent a shunt revision operation. Despite the fact that I have always had a shunt, our family was affected by it in a significant way last week. Additionally, Matt Roloff expressed his appreciation for the outpouring of love and support that Zach received throughout his serious medical emergency. The entire Roloff family was able to feel the love from all across the world, and we are really grateful for it, Matt stated on Instagram. There are reports that Zach and Tori may be making their final appearance on the program, despite the fact that fans are anxiously anticipating their arrival in season 25. Through her Instagram post, Tori made a veiled reference to the possibility of moving on, while Connor Chandler, the son of Karen Chandler, who is Matt's girlfriend, made the suggestion that they just want to pursue their own interests and may not return for another season. Following the conclusion of season 25, viewers are left wondering what the Roloff family will do in the future on television. Staying tuned for updates on the show and the family's journey is something that fans are strongly urged to do.